Hello and welcome. We're getting into another video. We're going to talk about the top winners, the Pokemons that you should invest in for the next season. The next season is going to be Forever Forward Update. What does that mean? Well, technically, we have the Pokemon 30th anniversary events are going on in across Pokemon. So they are trying to say that Pokemons will be here forever forward. Like from now on, they will stick around. I don't get it that much, but that's not what that's not why you guys are here. You guys are gonna see and talk. We're gonna talk about what Pokemons will be good for the next season, so if they are good to invest in. I mean, lots of the Pokemons that were good in the past season will be great, but we have some new spicy stuff in the for the new season. And the spiciest, and well, it's not as spicy. Like if you look at the rank, it was like, oh my god, that's a great Pokemon, Sliggo. So what does Sliggo do? Well, technically, it used to be a dragon with non-dragon damage. The only dragon damage that was available for it was a Dragon Pulse. It used to be a bad move, and you have to rely on water gun damage. So it used to be a dragon that is good at destroying ground type, because that's most of the damage, where most of the damage come from, which is water gun. Now it has a dragon breath and body slam, so technically it's moving to the territory. If you guys used Goodra in the past, it's becoming a better version of Goodra. Like, that's the main thing about this Sliggo now. If they ever make a shadow Sliggo, like if we get a shadow Goodra, I think Sliggo is going to be like #1 dragon in the entire Great League. It's just like a great Pokemon with like great overall stat spread. Like, it's not attack weighted, it's not defense weighted. Like, we're talking about slightly more attack than Altaria and less defense and HP than Altaria. So think of it as like a shadow Altaria. That's like how you could expect a Sliggo to be. So like, if you complaining, like, because like I remember last season I made a couple of teams about Shadow Altaria. Everyone was like, I don't have a Shadow Altaria. Well, Sliggo is kind of the Shadow Altaria for the next season. The next Pokemon is actually not going to be the best, but it's going to be usable. We're talking about Galarian Zapdos. They are giving it Low Kick. Low Kick is Vine Whip clone, Powder Snow clone, and that will make Galarian Zapdos move from 800 rank in the Great League into 540 almost. It just moved from Counter to Low Kick. Counter used to be a great fast move. Zapdos used to be a great Pokemon overall. It's just like Counter, it's like get destroyed. The only Counter user Pokemon right now is Poliwrath. Like, it's still considered like an anti-meta, and Poliwrath is like main strength comes from the water subtyping. It's like a water that destroys the other type of water. So that's why we can justify using Zapdos. But now with Vine Whip Fly, it's like a great Pokemon to use, but I wouldn't say it's a meta Pokemon. Still needs like a Brave Bird is just double-edged sword. Like, if they shield it, you're kinda in a bad situation. If they no shield it, you're still not in a great position, because you still have to give up switch, or otherwise your Pokemon will just faint very fast. The next one, I think, is going to be the strongest, and you're gonna see it a lot. I'm talking about Kecleon. Why Kecleon? Well, Kecleon has Sucker Punch, and they are giving it Thunder Punch. I don't think that adds up a lot to it. But also, they are giving it Dynamic Punch. I mean, even if they give it Thunder Punch, I think Foul Play would still be the way to go. But I think Thunder Punch just provide like a kind of a play into the Flyers. And Kecleon has Sucker Punch, one of the best fast moves right now. The main thing about it is, like, it's going to be the normal type that destroys the other normal type. If you guys watch the tournaments, like right now there is an indie tournament while I'm recording, Feraligatr, Licky Licky, Quagsire are literally over the board, everywhere. We're talking about Feraligatr, Licky Licky, Quagsire, and some people have Corsola. And those are everywhere. So think of Kecleon as the Pokemon that will kick in and destroy all of these four. So those four are no longer safe to use together. So that's where like Kecleon came in. Like, yeah, it's going to be like the move update is going to move it from rank 450 into like rank 280, right? But it's the Pokemon that destroys the best 5 Pokemons in the Great League meta. So that's like the main thing about it. And I think you should start trading for this one. It's gonna be good enough that you will actually have fun using it. The next one is kind of like an all over the board. Like, it's gonna be good in Great League and Great League. We're talking about Sylveon. Sylveon's getting Shadow Ball and Fairy Wind. Well, Sylveon has Psyshock, which is his legacy move, and it's gonna be like kind of in a weird situation, because you still kinda run Moon Blast, because if you run Shadow Ball Psyshock, you're gonna get walled by the Dark type. But I think it's still fine. You can give up that. I mean, you're still a Fairy type. You still resist the fire, the Dark damage. You still have Fairy Wind for that. I think Sylveon's gonna be nuts in Ultra League, not Great League. Ultra League. I think Togekiss and Togetic are still the better options to use, but I think Sylveon's gonna be even much better in the Ultra League format. The next one is not gonna be like a big update. Lopunny, the weeb friendly Pokemon, and I'm kind of happy that they didn't buff it enough. Like, so it's gonna be in a weird situation. Like, it's not as good as Kecleon. They gave it Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch. The move is still Double Kick. Is she like is Lopunny good? Good for the weeps, that's all we can say. The next one's gonna be Mantine. Now, Mantine didn't move a lot. It's still like below the 100 rank in PvP, but Mantine's specialty is not even up in Great League. Mantine's specialty is literally the themed cup. Like with rank 350, Mantine was all over the board. It's everywhere in the themed cups. Why? Because people use things like a Gligar and Quagsire a lot, and grass type and themed cups, and then Mantine comes in as like the nightmare for those. And now they are giving it a Twister, it's kind of in a better situation. You no longer need to run Ice Beam, because you run Ice Beam for the dragons. You don't need to do that. You can just run Twister, and for the grass you can rely on Wing Attack plus a Twister. The next one is kind of in a weird situation, because PvPoke I almost said Pidgeot like Pidgeot. So Pidgeot is getting Twister, and they are also buffing Gust, but PvPoke still prefers Wing Attack. I think that's outdated. I think it needs to be switched into Gust. Because Gust is just like the way to go. Like I think Wing Attack is fine, but Gust is just much better, and you can't. I know Photons are kind of annoying to use, but I think they are like it's the better fast move to use, right? Also, they are giving it a Twister, so it's no longer a Pokemon that just get demolished by anything that resists the flying. Like now, the Rock typing, the Electric typing, you have a neutral move to throw on, because it's just, man, it's just very, very, very annoying. Like when you use Pidgeot and they have a Rock type, or they have an Electric type, you just don't have any play, which makes Pidgeot one of the most RPS Pokemons in the entire game. I think Pidgeot learns close combat. I wish they gave it close combat, but that's not how the game works, and that's not how they balance the game. I think Pidgeot in Ultra League is gonna be a beast, like a literal beast. It might take Talonflame's city position as like the Galarian Moltres as the best flyer. But the thing about Talonflame and Moltres, they destroy the Corviknight. So that's why they are meta, because Corviknight is everywhere, and those two destroys Corviknight. So Pidgeot still gets walled by Corviknight. So I don't think that's the way to go. Next one's kind of like a fun meme Pokemon used to be, which is Kingdra. They are getting Kingdra Surf, but as a Kingdra spammer back in the days, I think I would still run Octazooka. It's just so fun to see people rage quitting the game after you get the Octazooka debuff. But now with Surf, it's like much less debuff dependent. Like usually it used to be, if you get the Octazooka buff, you should win the game. If you don't get the Octazooka buff, you should lose the game, because Octazooka is technically very high energy cost comparing to the damage. It does no damage, just like have a big chance to debuff, big debuff chance. Well, an average chance to debuff with a big debuff drop. Like it's 2 stages, I think. It moved Kingdra from 82 to rank 14. I think that's good, but I don't think Kingdra is a Great League Pokemon. I think Kingdra is still an Ultra League Pokemon. Especially speaking of Master League, Rhyperior is gonna move 6 slots up in the Master League ranking from 76 to 70. The main thing about Rhyperior is like it's no longer meta, because people opted to use Palkia nowadays instead of the Dialga and the Steels and the Curums. So, like, with the Palkia, you don't get countered by Rhyperior, especially after the Mud Slap nerf. And that's why, like, people decide to not to use Rhyperior. But I think Rhyperior will be much better in the Master League Premier class, Premier. Like, there won't be Legendaries, there won't be Palkias. And that's where, like, Rhyperior comes in clutch. I took a look at Qwilfish. Qwilfish is a Halloween type of Pokemon. Like around the Halloween, Qwilfish spammers arise, and that's where like Qwilfish start being like an actual Pokemon. Is it gonna be meta? I don't think so. It's just a very fragile Pokemon. Like you use it to have fun in the Halloween Cup, but that's pretty much it. As far as Seismitoad, they gave it Icy Wind, and now it's still under 150 rank. We're talking about 164. I think the problem with Seismitoad is that they either need to buff Muddy Water, because this thing learns Muddy Water, or they just need to give it Aqua Tail. Like, it needs a 35 energy move. Yeah, it has Muddy Water, but Muddy Water is just a very bad charge move. I don't think it even qualify to the word charge move. Those are the things I thought about. Which Pokemon do you guys think is the biggest winner? Which Pokemon are you going to build? Let me know in the comment section below so I can make content around those. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.